Welcome to Sailing Magic Carpet. In this episode, we finally arrive at the Mediterranean Sea.
Let me tell you, there's a power in the walking silence. Let me say that there's a power in being something when you're needs.
The last part of the journey to the Mediterranean went by quickly. We emerged from the small canals and traveled the rest of the way down the Rhone River. The Rhone is quite a large river, full of commercial shipping boats and industrial areas, so it definitely lacked the charm that the French canals had. However, it did have a few interesting qualities. For example, the locks were huge. The largest we went through involved a 22-meter elevation change, which looks like a mountain from the decks of a sailboat. At one point on the Rhone River, we came very close to running out of diesel. The reason why is that the day before, we had actually given some of our diesel to another sailboat, which had run out of the fuel and was drifting uncontrolled down the river. We didn't get a chance to fuel up again after that incident, so although we didn't actually run out of diesel completely, we were very low. However, we had some extra time, so we decided to use the river's currents and a little bit of wind to carry us downriver, and to have some fun with it in the process. On July 21st, we arrived in Port Saint-Louis, the town at the end of the Rhone River, built on the shores of the Mediterranean. There, I did some finishing touches to the electrical systems on board, Aladino busied himself preparing everything we need for the sea, and we put the mast up. It was really windy when we put the mast up, but with me, Malte, and Aladino all working on it, we got it up and secured in 20 minutes. Not bad. The key with putting a mast up is to be very prepared beforehand. Then you need one person to hold the unstable mast in position while the other people secure the standing rigging. You usually start with the forestay, then move to the sides, tightening each side equally so you don't pull the mast over. Lastly, you do the backstay. With the mast up, groceries bought, and water and fuel tanks full, we were ready to sail away. Unfortunately, Port Saint-Louis is not the most magical entrance to the Med, but within half a day of sailing, we got to a place which more than made up for it.
When my baby gets back, gonna love her just right. Put her in my arms and hold her tight. Oh, I won't fuss and I won't fight. When my baby gets back, gonna love her just right. Yeah.
On the coast of France, not too far from Port Saint-Louis, but it feels like an entirely different world. Crystal clear azure blue water, soaring cliffs, warm air. It was a quintessential Mediterranean summer paradise.
When love is alive, floats on the wind, like a rose petal lips and aroma of skin. Yeah.
While we were sailing along the French coast, we encountered some fog. There was no wind, so we had to use the engine. We glided softly along on gray water, slipping through the silvery fog. It was a feeling of eerie peace, of total aloneness with the world, and yet also the pressing concern that although it might feel like we're alone, we weren't actually. We gave a few blows on the foghorn, just to make sure other boats knew we were there.
Like what I ever saw, so fine. When I'm in her arms, the sun's always on the rise. And my heart's on fire taste her, when I taste her.
In the next episode, we cross from the French coast to the large island of Sardinia. See you then.
Take you to the water and jump right in.